Did my own hands form me weak, or did some monster crush me softly, and in my mind a monopoly of pain? I am deep and in the deep, deep things. O deep place, you shall not be a mouth. You shall serve me with a kiss, and I shall take your treasure. I had a sense inside me, a whisper from the Lord, who said to me, intimacy heals the mind, try it. He also said, intimacy is time. On the last point, I must assume that intimacy must be a process of vulnerability, which allows healing in some way, and must be exactly a function of time spent. And perhaps as far as the things in our mind, we cannot heal alone. The trick in intimacy with another is not to play the role of the injured. We forget the pain. Painful creature, pain-loving and sobbing, keeper of the husk, armor-wearer, shade-walker, mask-wearer, you can't transmute yourself. On another note, it has been on my mind how that sorcerer I had seen in a dream could somehow use my soul and cast spells on humanity. Some guy in the Middle East. How could he have access to my soul or part of my soul? Now we know from the book of Ezekiel that there are sorcerers who hunt souls, and who knows what they are doing with them. Now the soul is perfect but is tethered to the self of the mind of the brain, and yields to it. The soul is also expansive, it can be at many places at once at the same time. It is at once subject to spatiality and overspatiality, that is dimensional geography, as it were. To understand the access of that sorcerer, one must understand that the spiritual physics are subject to borders, peripheries, ownership of states and places, and theft of ownership, and whoever claims it can claim it. Psychological injuries cause a breach in a border of self, and the breach is an opening, and something of us pours out through the side of us and we give something up. We yield something up. At first appearance, our impulse may assume that the injured self will grip everything of self into seclusion, but the opposite happens at the level of the breach in the spirit world. There is deference at the breach, which is to say, the injured self will engage in a masochistic trade. It will be in fact a masochistic deference, giving up things like stature and value. In the spiritual world, the injured gives the injury to the highest bidder, and the highest bidder is the demand of the injury, which demands itself. The timid, for instance, will always yield to the opinions of others over their own, which is masochistic. Now the broken and the deeply broken form inside them a self that has a tremor, the tremor of fear and low value. It is the trembling self which trades masochistically. The trembling self is a dangling self. It is in between worlds and tremors there. It is planning to defeat us and we know it not. It refuses to stand on the ground of value, and the sorcerer has access to that place at that border.